Man, can you believe it's Tuesday again? Welcome to Healthy, Wealthy, and Wise. My name is CJ. I'm your host today, and I am super excited. I'm just freshly back off of my vacation. I'm rejuvenated. I'm refreshed. I'm invigorated, and I'm ready to go. I heard Coach Kim say that she's got a lot of work for me ready to go and ready to do now that I'm back. But guess what, Coach? I'm ready. Speaking of Coach Kim, most of you knew I was on vacation last week, and I was blessed to have our very own Coach Kim step in and actually do the show for me. I was able to tune in from my vacation and listen to the show, and I was impressed because, you know, that old devil, that old slewfoot, he always tried to throw a wrench into our program because he knows what we are doing is powerful. He knows what we're doing is giving information out to the world that can be life-changing. So he always tried to throw the little technical difficulties in there. But you know what? I saw her and our very own Pastor Kevin Strata, our engineer, owner of GMAP1. Ladies and gentlemen, please support this broadcast. This man is doing phenomenal jobs of getting the word of our Lord Jesus Christ around the world and also encouraging programs to help people live longer, live happy, be excited about life. And so please tune into GMAP1 and support this broadcast. But him, along with Coach Kim last week, partnered up to get that devil out of here, and they put forth a wonderful show. I mean, we had a great testimony. I was very impressed with the stories that I heard. Joy Nutrition, my goodness, what a wonderful testimony. I mean, just the things that she went through, the hardships she went through, and then to come into connection with Shaw Fremont and just really turn her life around and is using that change in her life to go out and affect other people's lives. She talked about her sister who was suffering from so many different diseases and on so many medications and was able to get rid of those medications, at least most of them, if not all, by using these wonderful products by Shaw Fremont. So, Coach Kim, again, thank you so much for stepping in and being a wonderful host last week, despite all the technical difficulties. And you know what? That's the way we roll around here, ladies and gentlemen. That is the way Shaw Fremont is. We are one big happy family just sharing the love. And so, again, I want to thank you. I want to welcome all our listeners. Thank you for tuning in to GMAP1. We're here every Tuesday at 9 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Eastern, and we are pleased and really excited about you partnering with us, encouraging us, supporting us on this show, because we really do believe that we have a mandate, we have a responsibility on this show, Healthy, Wealthy, and Wise, to spread the word of Shaw Fremont to everyone in the world. Other leaders at the Potter's Company have made a commitment, have made a dedication to partner with our founder and owner, CEO, nutritionist, researcher, a man of God, a black belt in karate. I mean, I can go on and on about this man. But Mr. John Austin, he's our founder. And he has made it a mission to share this with billions of people. That's right, I said billions of people. And his vision is that billions of people will be flocking to Shaw Fremont, that it will be a household word that people will be using. When they mention Shaw Fremont, they're going to think of people getting better from sicknesses and disease, people making money that wasn't making money before, people not getting hurt like they were in other programs around the world and around the country. I mean, just people who are happy, excited about doing what they do, but also sharing the love with others. And that's what we're all about. So I want to thank you for tuning in. As you know, I was on vacation last week. You know, people always say, CJ, man, you seem like you're always on vacation. Seem like you're always going. You know what? And I thought about that. You say, well, I'm not apologizing to anyone. I'm living my best life now while I am. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? I only have one life to live, and we have to make the best of it while we can, because when it's over, it's over. But we have to utilize the breath that we have, the life that we have, to touch the lives of others, and that's why I'm excited here this morning. So thank you for tuning in. I want to welcome all my friends around the world, around the country, who are tuning in and who are just being a part of what we do. I want you to understand that we're in this special summer series where we're promoting not just Shaw Fremont, but also the Leaders to Legends Challenge this summer for the 90 days. We started earlier this month, and we are going to make an effort, and our desire is to create people who are willing to be a part of something great, something bigger than themselves, because that's really what Shop Fremont is. We want to create ambassadors around the world to go and be the representative of Shop Fremont, and we want to do it in big numbers. So I want you to also just understand that and be a part of that, because we are going to be doing some great things. I was on vacation last week, as I said. I got a chance to spend some time with my granddaughters and my daughter in Texas. We were able to go over to the Bahamas, and then I was in Iowa this weekend. And I'm not saying that to boast or brag, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just saying that to say it's important that we take time out for family. Yeah, we are going to change lives, but it's important to take time to spend time with family. And in saying that, it kind of makes me think of our special guest today, because you are going to hear a very, very powerful testimony from a man that is going to really rock your world when he share with you his passion and his desire to do exactly what I'm talking about, sharing Shop Fremont to everyone that he comes into contact with while he is focusing on his family. We're going to hear more about that today. I'm going to tell you we have a very special guest, Mr. Darnell Curtis. You're going to hear from him in a few minutes, but I just want you to understand that you're in the right place at the right time. You're in the right place at the right time. I'm sure, like most of you, John Austin looked at this industry and he said there are a lot of situations that could be different. There were a lot of inadequacies, of failures, of people getting hurt and pain that was being disseminated on people, not by their fault, but because of trickery, because of greed, because of deceit, because of highfalutin promises that were broken. And what he said was that I want to make a change. I want to produce and create something through the help of God. And I love that he keeps that first. He always let us know that everything that he's doing was divinely guided to him by God. Even the vision that he had about this company, where we can go about and change and touch lives one person at a time. And what he did was he said, let's get rid of all of the negatives. Let's get rid of all the things that make this industry something that people turn their back on or people shun from. So the first thing he said was, why do you have to pay to help somebody else build that building? So what he did was he created a free member shopping club. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You get to become a part of Shop Fremont for free. What that means is this. If you look at this just as a place where you can come in and team up with a group of people to get products that you can use to help you be better from whatever ailments and sicknesses and pains you're going through, whatever you're suffering with, you can do that. If you look at this as a place where you can make a few extra dollars to help you make ends meet at the end of the month when the bills are coming in, you can do that. If you can look at this as a place where you can become financially free, you can do that. So that is what John created. He created a platform where you can step in and in your own efforts become all that you wish to be, all that you want to become through this Shop Fremont, and you can do it for free. You can start your own business without any money out of your pocket. You can utilize the company to drop ship your products. You can use the company for support as far as tools and trainings and those kind of things. You can use this company to actually do all the talking for you. We have wonderful trainers. We have a chief breakthrough officer, Dr. Stan Harris, that does a wonderful job, and our company trainer who gives phenomenal training where you just got to bring people to the calls, bring people to the programs and the trainings, and let us do all the heavy lifting for you. Where in the world can you start a business and let someone else do all the work for you? All you have to do is show up. All you have to do is open your mouth and share it with others. So that is what John Austin did. He created a platform where he was bringing back honesty, integrity. People are looking for that these days, and that's what we have at Shop Fremont. But he didn't stop there. What he did from there, ladies and gentlemen, was he brought the absolute best products on the market, products that can hydrate you, products that can cleanse your body of all the toxins and poisons that we are exposed to every single day, whether it be from the air, whether it be from the water we drink, whether it be from the foods we eat, our environment. We are being bombarded every single day with all these toxins, and we're just dealing with it, and we get sick, and we have these pains and these aches, and we don't know what to do about it. Well, What John Austin did was he provided products to help us to detoxify our body of these things. And then he went a step further, and he provided products that actually give us back the nutrients, the minerals, the vitamins that we need to make our body strong and to make our body be able to fight off all of these diseases and to bring our body back in homeostasis. That's what he did. And then he didn't stop there. So we have great products. We have a great leader. He said, you know what? Even if you choose not to buy a product, you can still get compensated. Did you hear me? You can still be rewarded financially even if you didn't put one dime into the company just by sharing the love of Shaw Fremont, sharing these wonderful products with others. You may not even be sick, but you know people that are. And if you give them these products and they decide to buy it, the company gives you a reward. Now, I've been gone for a few days, but I understand that John Austin did something phenomenal, something unbelievable, something that's awesome. I heard that he even enhanced. Did you hear me? He even enhanced the compensation plan, the rewards plan, where you now can receive up to 100% of commissions in some cases. And I've got to go back and check this out because I haven't seen it yet, but I'm hearing it's blowing people's mind that you can even make even more money now with the new compensation plan and the adjustments and the tweaking that he did. So I'm excited about that, ladies and gentlemen. So great products, great leadership, great rewards plan, and then he has a system in place that literally can give you all the support that you need. He has leaders around the country, nationally and internationally, that can help you build your business, that will do the work for you. So I'm telling you, if you're listening to this program for the first time, or if you know someone that needs to hear this program, have them tune into this program, this TV broadcast every Tuesday at 9 a.m. Central at GMAP1.com and listen to what we have to say. If you can't get them to listen to it at 9 o'clock, I know it's a difficult time because a lot of people are there job. I know I got to go to one myself, but hopefully, anyhow, we'll talk about that later. I don't know who's listening. But anyhow, let's move on. But you know what? If you know someone that wants to hear this program, you need to share this with them. Let them go to YouTube.com and just type in GMAP1/CJ, and they'll be able to hear this broadcast again later on. So that is what we're here for. We have committed ourselves to sharing Shaw Fremont with everyone around the world. That's what we do at GMAP1. That's what we do at Shaw Fremont. That's what we do as the leaders to legends, because we are committed to build not only ourselves up with these products and this opportunity, but to help others do the same. And what we're doing in this process, in this series of Leaders to Legends, this 90-day session that we're in, is we're interviewing individual leaders who are, I believe, legends already. It's just a matter of kind of just fitting in that position. They are already legends. And we have a phenomenal guest today. And now that you have understood why we're here, I want to introduce to you a gentleman that I am so excited to have on our show today. He's got and garnered my respect from the first time I heard him speak. I understood his resolve. I understood his commitment. I understood that he was a man of God who had the same passion as many of us on this call, who just want to really touch lives in a very positive way. But one thing that really excited me about our guest speaker today, is that he's a family man. And I want to really you to get to know him today, because here's the thing. If you've been part of Leaders to Legends, or if you're new to our program, if you're new to this show, you have heard awesome testimonies. You've heard awesome interviews. You've heard awesome trainings, information being disseminated through this platform. But what we'd like to do is for you to get the chance to learn more of the individual, learn more about that person, what makes that person tick, what makes them go, what makes them get up in the morning and get excited, what's the behind-the-scenes things about those individuals that we don't know, that we want to know. Because we always, when we look at celebrities, like if you're in the athletics, like the LeBron James, the Michael Jordans, the Kobe Bryants, the Kawhi Leonards, all those basketball stars, the boxers, the baseball players, the soccer's a big thing now. We always wonder, what is their life like? Maybe the celebrities in the movies, what are their lives like? Well, guess what? We have all those legends as a part of Leaders Legends who live just as powerful lives that we may want to know a little bit about them. And so that is what we're doing every week this summer. We're interviewing leaders to legends, representatives who you will get to learn a little bit about their personal lives and then why they were attracted to Shaw Fremont. Why are they so passionate about Shaw Fremont? We're going to tie that in today. So I'm going to get out of the way, and I probably had too long of an introduction because I really want to give this gentleman as much time as he could to share the love and to also share about himself. So I want to just get out of the way and introduce to some of you.
I'm surprised there are shows that she's in.
Mr. Darnell Curtis. Mr. Curtis, are you there?
Yes, CJ, can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine. I heard some other talking in the background. I'm sure our technical technician, Mr. Kevin Stroud, is going to take care of that, but we can hear you just fine, Darnell. First of all, Darnell, thank you for being a guest on the show. I am so excited to have you here this morning, and I just want the people, first of all, to get to know you a little bit about your background. I know you're a military man. I know you're a family man. I know you're a man of God, but share with our audience a little bit about who Kevin Curtis, and then help me out with the Darnell Kevin thing. Is that first and last name, or is just a nickname? Help me out with that as well, okay? So come on and share with us, my brother. Tell us about yourself. Kevin, are you there?
Can you hear me okay? Can you hear
I can hear you fine. I couldn't hear you at first, but now I can hear you just fine. Go ahead.
Great. Yeah, I was just chuckling because of what you just said about Kevin Darnell Curtis. Tell me a little bit about that. Well, first of all, I'll start with that. CJ, I was born with three first names: Kevin, Darnell, and Curtis, and all my life, people call me all of them. And guess what? I answer to all of them. And it doesn't make a difference. They ask me what order it comes in. It really doesn't make a difference. But my birth name is Kevin Darnell Curtis, but I've been called Darnell most of my life. And we'll go with that. So, but like I said, you can call me.
Thanks for sharing that up for me.
First of all, CJ, I want to thank you for having me on the show. I'm so excited to be here. And when you asked me to come on, it was a no-brainer. It was just an amazing opportunity, just not to talk about me, CJ, but to talk about Shop Fremont. But first of all, as you know, I met you down in the great state of Missouri, down in Branson, and I met your lovely wife, and it was just like, putting the names to faces, because we always heard you on the calls and, talking about Shop Fremont and vice versa. So that was a pleasure as well.
Thank you.
And so, and like you said, I am Kevin Darnell Curtis. I am a family man. I like to call myself a stay-at-home dad, not in the traditional sense, or a stay-at-home father, because my kids are grown. But I was blessed with and it just chokes me up even when I think about it. I've been blessed with a beautiful mother. My father was never really in my life. I was blessed with a beautiful mom, a lady of God. She always gave us, all five children, what we needed when we had to do it. And it's just that now it's my turn to give back. And I'm just blessed that I can do it. And thanks to Shop Fremont and home businesses in sense, because she now suffers with dementia. And CJ, I could not see putting my mom in any type of nursing home as long as I got breath or any air in my body or any life in my body, because for the simple fact is she gave all she had by herself to us and to raise us. And that's why I say I don't care what anyone say. Women are the strongest beings in the world. They can't lift the heaviest thing or unscrew the tightest jar. But guess what? When my mom was divorced from my dad, like he was a part of our life, it's amazing how when she got sick and when she had a brain aneurysm, when she lost her oldest daughter at such an early age, I was out in the world in the military, and I have other siblings as well. But when she got sick and had an aneurysm, and this is what I mean by the strongest woman in the world, they gave her 20-30% chance to live. She pulled through that. And so then, after that, her house went into foreclosure. Her car was repossessed. Bills were piling up. And this is where I say the women are the strongest. How can one woman of 5 support 5 children being sick and turn around and 5 of her children could not save her house, could not save her home because we were out doing our own thing, going our different directions. But that's what I mean. She stuck with it. And still today, she's just a fighter. And like I said, that's why I say in a traditional sense, I'm a stay-at-home dad because I stay at home now and take care of my mom who suffers dementia. I have no problems with doing it, and it's tough. Don't get me wrong, because she says things to you and holler at you. She may say things that if she was well, she would never say, but you have to learn to accept that. You have to learn to accept how she is now. And I love her more now than I ever did, CJ, because you know what? I still have her. It's a blessing to get up to cook her breakfast. It's a blessing to get up to be able to bathe her. It's a blessing to get up to change her clothes. It's a blessing to get up to walk her around the house just to get her exercise. And so I'm so passionate about helping her. And with all that being said, she fell not too long ago, and I thought for sure, it was close to the end, but only God makes those calls. But guess what?
That's right.
I noticed through the help of these Shop Free Mart products, she, far as her physical being, her vitals are good, her blood pressure is good, her hydration is good, her oxygen levels is 98 to 100 every time the nurse comes to check on her. And these are things that happen through these Shop Free Mart products. And CJ, the one thing at first she was on, and this is the honest to goodness truth, she was taking about 16 medications. And I said to myself, how can anyone even get out of bed being over medicated like that?
Wow.
So what I did, me personally, I'm no doctor, and I don't suggest that anyone do what I did because I'm not a doctor, but I slowly weaned her off of those medications and replaced them with Shop Free Mart products. Today, CJ, at this very time, she's on 2 medications, 2.
Wow.
And she's never been better. The nurse says she's one of the most hydrated elderly women that she ever had. She had one of the best oxygen levels at 84 years old, and it's just amazing. The only thing now is that nasty dementia, but keeping her hydrated with the water, and like I said, and maybe one day, she'll wake up and that'll be gone as well. I'm not making any claims that it will be, but this is what we pray for.
Wow.
And so that's why I say it's a blessing to stay at home and take care of her. And now talking about her, see, now a little bit about me, and I didn't mean to go on, but I had to get
No, Dardell, I want you to understand that story is so powerful and so rich, because the reality that there are people that are going to listen to and are probably listening to this show right now that are in very similar situations who have that responsibility of being caregivers to their loved ones, to their elderly parents, and they are battling that, and it's causing a lot of issues in their lives and trying to figure it out. So to hear your story is encouraging. And personally, Darnell, I can relate to that somewhat because my mother went through the dementia period before she passed away about 8-9 years ago, and it was very tough for me because I was in the opposite situation than you. I was away from her. She was there in the Bahamas, and I was here in the Chicagoland area, and I only got to see her occasionally, and it was tough for me to go home and then be in her face and looking at me, her son, who she did not even recognize, and yet we could just, had to deal with that and go through that. And so I understand completely. And again, there are other people that are going to be encouraged, who are going to be helped today because of your testimony. And I know that's really a big part of what you do and why you do Shop Free Mart, because of how you say these products work with her, but also the fact that you are able to still do it, that you're still attracted to something. And so I want to transition, Darnell, if you don't mind, is with all that responsibility and being at home and taking care of your mother, how do you find time to be able to put into building a business, because I know you're building a very successful business. I know all of us would like to see it go at warp speed, but I always say God knows exactly how fast we're going to build this business and when we're going to reach our goals. And so I don't worry about that as much as I worry about just staying steadfast. And that's what I see with you. You're committed, you're steadfast, you're consistent. How are you able to do that with all the responsibilities and the challenges that you have?
CJ, absolutely. And you hit the nail on the head earlier when you mentioned that Shop Free Mart allows you to join a business for free and have someone else do the work for you. What other company will actually do the work for you? As you say, all you have to do is get people to come to the calls, or even something easier. We have over 30-something landing pages, and sometimes people say, well, all you got to do is talk to people. Sometimes you don't have to. In my case, a lot of times you have to talk to nobody. You just send them a landing page and let them know where it's coming from. It's coming from you.
Right.
Have people look at it. Run a few ads or whatever, and the good thing about this business is that you can do it from home. People talk about, well, you can sit behind your computer in your pajamas and drink a coffee. Well, in this case, you can, because that's what I do sometimes. I drink my coffee and I'm on my laptop, but I mail postcards. I do call people, and now that I have a schedule, the way my mother is, because before, CJ, when you asked me to do this call, I couldn't do it because I didn't have my schedule down to where I know where she needs to be and where I need to be at a certain time of day. It's like clockwork. And when you find something that takes care of you, you will take care of it. And what I mean by that, Shop Free Mart is taking care of me and my family, and now I'm taking care of it. I want the world to know about Shop Free Mart. I want everyone to know about Shop Free Mart. People tell me they have the best business, but I tell you this, CJ, I know for a fact Shop Free Mart is one of the best businesses in the world today, not just because of the financial gains that you can have, but the products. The products is what changed my whole life around, because I didn't join Shop Free Mart for the products at first. I joined in Cash and Cars. It was a program called Cash and Cars where I could put money aside without and buying high-ticket items without having to use my money, just by sharing that Cash and Cars program that we had. But when I finally got into the product side of it, and I said, oh, my goodness, I took the hydration drops, of course, but at first. Then I tried a product called Pure Nutrients because I had some stomach issues. And guess what? Those two products together had cleared my stomach issues up. I don't know what it was, leaky gut or whatever, but make long story short, I had a part of my intestines that was uncovered due to some type of gas that actually blew a part of it off, and right in my stomach. And so when the doctor told me I was lucky to come in when I did, to make a long story short, and that part of my stomach could not be fixed. This is what he said. Part of the intestine could not be fixed. So I tried everything up under the sun, trying to relieve that pressure, and I couldn't relieve it. So I didn't know what else to do. So when I found these products and I saw the first thing about my stomach was the Pure Nutrients and the hydration, I jumped right on them. And so that is the thing that is so amazing. These products work. And when you have something that works, CJ, that truly works, you're happy to tell everybody about it, and you will not stop using it yourself. So that's one thing that I love about these products. But building a business, absolutely, because when you're so passionate about something and you know the products work, people say, I'm scared to talk to people. CJ, when something works so well and products work so well, you have no problem telling anybody about it, because if you went to a good movie, and I know this is cliche, but what you do then, you open your mouth up and tell them about that. So when these products work as good as they do, you have nothing to be scared of, because you know from your heart that you're not doing it for the sale. You're doing it to help others. And once they see what you have, it's a brand new ball game, because they're going to get these products. They say, you know what, Darnell, these products truly work. I have people call me and raise some of the hair back up on my neck because some of the things that these products are doing for people. The silver, for example, curing scars and scabs and getting rid of what do you call it, those scars that you have and they had over years. They use cocoa butter, this, that, never worked. Use silver every single day. These scabs and scars were gone. My favorite product of all, CJ, is Decal Boron. You will not see my wellness cabinet without that. Decal boron is good for arthritis, and if anyone suffers from arthritis or tendonitis that's listening to this call, if you don't have decal boron, you just need to get it, because you will not have to use these over-the-counter medications. No more Tylenol, no more Advil, none of that stuff. And CJ, what I love about it the most, in my case, I had tendonitis in my left knee really bad. I put a dropper topically on my knee daily, and I'm good for at least 4 hours. And the pain is gone instantly. It's not waiting 30, 40 minutes. It's gone instantly. And I know I'm jumping all around, CJ, but I get so excited about Shop Free Mart because there's so many things that's just so amazing about this company. We speak about share the love, and sharing these products is just what that does. Talking to you and Coach Kim and Coach Pate, all we do is share the love. Coach Sharon Drakeford. There's so many people that we can thank for this business besides our wonderful founder, John Austin, who is a true man of God. And one of the reasons why I joined Shop Free Mart, because I listened to him on a call. CJ, I had never heard a man in my whole life, maybe one, and that's Joel Osteen. But I listened to John Austin one day. This man is so calm, cool, collective. And when he talks, you can feel his passion for our Lord Jesus Christ. You can feel it. I mean, not that you can feel it in his voice. And when someone is that powerful that just talks and you can hear it, trust me, it's usually a good man. It's usually a good man or a good woman behind that. So
I totally agree with you, Darnell, and I know exactly what you're talking about. I remember when I first started listening to calls over 3 years ago, and the calls used to be they would go on for an hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours. And I can be honest with you, some of the questions that people gave him to answer, they were really shouldn't have even been asked, but he with such compassion and such patience respond to everyone. And I would say, who is this man? Who is this man that would have that much patience every day? Monday through Friday for years. And it just blew my mind. So I understand what you're saying. And ladies and gentlemen, I want you to understand, as you're listening to Healthy, Wealthy, and Wise, we're here every week at 9 a.m. Central Time, just sharing the love of Shop Free Mart at gmap1.com every Tuesday. You're going to come and you're going to hear inspiring stories like you're hearing today from our special guest, Mr. Darnell Kevin Curtis, or Kevin Darnell Curtis, or Curtis Kevin Darnell. You're going to hear some every week. We're going to be interviewing individuals that are going to share their heart and the passion of who they are, and also their connection with Shop Free Mart. But I want you to understand something. Some of you may not have seen the disclaimer at the beginning if you're not online and you're just calling in, that every testimony that you're hearing, we're not claiming that our products heal or cure anything. We're just saying, that you can make $1 million a day. We're just saying that, these products, if you give the body what it needs, the body will do what it is designed to do, and that has been our experience. These are just personal experience that you're hearing. The financial part, whatever you put into it. If the Bible says you reap what you sow. If you sow a little, you reap a little. If you sow a lot, in regards to time, effort, and energy, you will reap a lot. So please understand that. But Kevin, I want you to go back a little bit for me. I want you to go back, because you mentioned to me, and I didn't know this until recently, that you have a military background. And if you can reflect on that for a minute and tell us, first of all, thank you so much. I know there's several individuals that are part of our group, Leaders to Legends and Shop Free Mart, even those that are listening that have stood up, and those who protected this country and make it what it is. And so if you look at your military background and all the things that you experienced there, how can you connect that experience, the learning time, that what you went through, to how and who you are today in regards to your Shop Free Mart business and what you're doing even with your mom?
Absolutely. I went to the United States Marine Corps in 1978, straight out of high school. I didn't want to go to college or anything. I was tired of books. I was an average student. I averaged about 3.0, throughout my 4 years in high school, but I just didn't want to anything with the books anymore. So I said, you know what, I'm going to the military. And everybody was talking about, when someone challenges me, CJ, I like to try to accept the challenge. And they told me the United States Marine Corps was the toughest branch of the military, and And, and I said, well, if this is the toughest, I want to be a part of it. So I joined, and don't get me wrong, I think they were right, and not knocking any other branch. But they did some things to people that you're not supposed to do. Well, if you gotta bleep that out, go ahead. But it was fun. But I would tell you this, and this is another cliche. I went in as a boy, just a young, immature kid, straight out of high school, teenager, and just in those quick 16 weeks that we had for boot camp changed my life completely, changed my mind completely, changed my body completely. So once all that happened, and fast forwarding to the day, not skipping really what's in between, but what it did, like I said, it taught me to be a man. It taught me to take care of myself. It taught me to take care of others. It taught me to lean on others. It taught me to lean on other leaders that was in the field. In the military, we have people, which the chain of command taught me to follow and respect and do things the right way. And so, and like I said, these are the things that happen in life. And without the military, CJ, I don't think. Well, I take that back. I know I wouldn't be the man I am today. And so, thank God for like I said, my mom. She always taught me to respect people, and always we couldn't speak back to our elders. Back in my day, CJ, we could do something wrong and our neighbor could whoop our behind. We can't do that anymore. And those beatings and whooping, I won't say beatings, but those whoopings or disciplinary action that took place, it paid off. And I tell everybody, even my kids, I said, I'm not that bad, am I? And I truly, truly believe if there was more people in the world like the leaders at Shop Fremont, it would be a better place. And getting back to your question, I know I always jump off, but getting back to your question.
That's okay.
About the way it had shaped me into how does it also reflect to my Shop Fremont business. First of all, CJ, discipline. Discipline was instilled into us in the military. And with my Shop Fremont business, you have to be disciplined. You cannot get in here, daddle around with it, and expect great results. And like I said, the money's good. Don't get me wrong. And everybody does. We need money, and we work for it regardless. But I've been blessed to not have a job where I got a regular paycheck since 2010. I started back in 2007. First 3 years was ready to quit network marketing because it was just a total failure. And then you start, again, working on yourself. That's another way the military shaped me. I had to work on myself in the military. I had to look at myself in the mirror with my network marketing career. And so over the years, I've gotten stronger, just like, again, the military. Over the years, I got stronger in there because they made you take care of your body. They made you do the pull-ups. They made you do the push-ups. They made you do the 3-mile run. And you had to be disciplined. And I tell you, the more disciplined you are in your Shop Fremont business, the better you will be, the more money you will make. And, CJ, you said this. People come in and say, I don't understand the compensation plan. You really don't have to. When you start seeing these commissions of $50, $60, let me see, what was it the other day? I woke up to $150, CJ, one commission.
Wow.
And that's pretty good for waking up and and just sharing your link.
Wait. Are you trying to say you make money while you're sleeping?
Oh, absolutely. Now say it again. And I don't need a disclaimer for that. I have true facts to prove it. But like I said, yes, you can make money when you're sleeping. It's like you said, you just share. You just share the love. You just share your links. And you just work at it. Leadership. We have that throughout the military. And in Shop Fremont, we have some of the most amazing leaders, you included. And I hate to keep harping on the same people. It's just because the people I work with constantly, Coach Kim, Coach Pace, Sharon Drakeford. We got people in Leaders to Legends, over 93 people in our Marco Polo group now, CJ. And let's change from yesterday. And we have some amazing leaders there. And guess what? The best part is you don't have to be a leader to be a part of that. You learn to be a leader. You have to learn to be a leader. We're not all born leaders. You know that. And so you come in there, Shop Fremont, and you know what? We have the leadership in place if you're willing to give yourself that checkup, from the neck up, and you'll go ahead and you'll see exactly what you need to do to get to that next step in Shop Fremont, that next advancement or that next pay grade, as you want to call it. The military, called a pay grade. In Sharp Fremont, it's called a rank advancement, from maybe diamond to double diamond to triple diamond to ambassador to global to crown 1. And this can all be done by being disciplined. And I keep using the word discipline because without it, you might as well just give up before you start. You have to be committed. Committed. And you know the military. You're committed. As long as you're in there, you're going to be committed to something in the military. Discipline, commitment, focus. Those things are very, very powerful when building your Sharp Fremont business. And in life and in the military, CJ, they taught me all that. And I will say I am grateful to the military just as much as I'm grateful to Sharp Fremont now.
Wow, and you know, I know also in the military, it's like when you're there, your platoon and your guys that you're with every day, you guys become family, and so you learn how to trust each other and to support each other, encourage one another. And from what I'm hearing you say this morning, and I'm so happy that you're sharing these personal parts of your life to our leaders, to legends, and also to the world, because that is what Sharp Fremont is all about. And you kind of hinted to it there, Darnell, about the partnerships, but you're a great leader, and there are some great leaders in Sharp Fremont, but tell us the importance of partnering with people with like mind, people who have the same ideals and desire and goals that you have. You know, what is it like to have that to be a part of compared to some maybe other situations where you, and I know for me, and sometimes I felt like I was out there on an island by myself. I know other people have testified of being a part of something, and you can't even interconnect with other people because they were on different teams. And it was like, how is that different with Sharp Fremont and with the leaders to legends? And what difference does it make as you build your team and as you build your business?
You know, CJ, that is a great question, because for the simple fact is, with leaders to legends, I'm going to say maybe 75 to 80% of the people that's in our little group called Leaders to Legends are not connected in any way. And what I mean by that, financially connected. And when you're doing something and you're so passionate about it, you don't care who you help as long as they get helped. It doesn't bother you, because you know what, in the long run, yours will come just for helping someone. Like we have people who are in our group that never even met us, regardless if they're connected or not. But with Leaders to Legends, we're all working together to come to one big conclusion that Sharp Fremont is where you want to be and where you need to be to get to where you want to go financially. And it's just not financial, CJ. The health part is amazing. Like you said, if you just go to sharpfremont.com /testimonials, and guess what? You will hear testimony after testimony after testimony after testimony. And with Leaders to Legends, what we do is we help everyone. We don't care if we're not going to earn any money off you. You know why? Because blessing you, blessing somebody else, that's reward enough. That may sound corny or cliche, but it's just like when you give to charities and things like that, and then you realize the donations you get are saving children's lives. It allows you to just feel so good. In other words, I did a post on Marco Polo maybe a week ago, and I was telling the power of giving, not receiving. I didn't understand that when I was little, because just, you know, when I was little, it was like, give. I want this, I want that, give. But, I mean, receive. I just want somebody to give me something. But the power of giving, CJ, will send goosebumps through your body, just like when you hear Ray Charles used to sing the national anthem. It was just like, I was in there and I would get goosebumps just listen to this man sing. Giving is the same way, and that's what we do, Leaders to Legends. We are always giving. We give all we got, and it's up for you to receive what we're giving you. And if you don't, it's okay. It's just not. You just might not be ready for that blessing at that time. And that's what we do in Leaders to Legends, DJ. That's what we do.
That's what we do. I'm so glad you mentioned that, because, you know, I was listening to one of the calls the other day, the noonday calls, and someone called in, and we wanted to find out, what's this Leaders to Legends call I heard about? How can I be a part of it? How can I get involved? And they were shocked when they found out that they can just call in. They were asking, I mean, I don't know if anyone on my team is on that call, or if I'm allowed to come on. And to his surprise, he was told that no, you don't have to be a part of any particular team. All you got to do is just come on and be a part of the Leaders to Legends and also to some of the other platforms that we have. Speaking of that, I know that you mentioned some of our leaders, but there's so many individuals that are out there just sharing the love of Cheryl Fremont, and we have the noonday calls. I don't have the time, ladies and gentlemen, to give you all the specifics, but you can go to CherylFremont.com and get all this information. We have calls every day, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at noon Eastern Time. You can call into that call, and you get to hear some inspiring words from individuals who have, just like Darnell and myself and others, who are committed to sharing the love. We have Dick Matrician and Eileen, and we have Dr. Wheaton, who is we're also grateful to. He's the gentleman that has provided us all with the ebook, the200diseases.com. Speaking of that, we want all of you, if you haven't yet, to go to 200diseases.com and look on there and share that link with all of your friends and family, because, again, if you're not going through anything as far as your health or your physical body, someone you know is, and they can get answers and also a direct connection on the products they need to use to relieve themselves of these maladies, these ailments, these pains, these sicknesses. And we thank Dr. Wheaton for that. We have Dr. Stan, Dr. Breakthrough on Saturdays, who's talking about the challenge, the Breakthrough Challenge, because what John Austin did was he introduced not just products to help our bodies, a business that can help us with our finances, but he also provided us with information to help our minds, because, as you said, all these things, disciplines, self-development, leadership, commitment, focus, all that takes personal development. And so we provided you with information to help you to learn that way as well. But we have Dr. Breakthrough's call on Saturdays with that same number. And then we have two of our very own leaders, Coach Kim and Coach Pate, that have another platform every Monday nights and every Thursday night called the Coach's Corner. So you can tune into that and get information about that. All you do to go to Facebook.com/Fremont Coach and listen every Monday and every Thursday at 9 p.m. Central, and you can listen in and get some great information. We have Liddy Flum in Georgia, who does a call every night. I mean, she has been faithful. That call, information for that call is on the website as well. And then we have GMAP1, and that's what you're listening to today, ladies and gentlemen, GMAP1.com. We're here every Tuesday to give you all we are and all we have about Cheryl Fremont, to share in the love. And we have today as our special guest, Mr. Darnell Curtis, all the way from Texas, a man of God, a man who's compassionate, who has a great testimony. Some of you have heard his story, but I want to go on to ask you this next question here, my friend. So, with all the things that you experience with building a business, some people are still going to say it is difficult to build a business, maybe because they're jaded, maybe because they had a negative experience in the past, and they just kind of walked away from it. I know, again, there are a lot of people on this call, including myself, who was at that point where I was ready to walk away from it. But you know what? Tell us about how you build your business, and I know you have a training that you did that I've heard and I'm very impressed with. And I know you don't have time to do it today, but the power of one. How I want to use the word easy, but share with our listeners the simplicity of building this business, especially using kind of in a Cliff Notes version of that power of one in building your business and how powerful that is. Share with us a little bit about that, Darnell.
Absolutely, CJ. And like you said earlier, people are and still are on the edge, about just ready to give up on network marketing. But people don't realize how easy and what I mean by easy, it's a lot of work. And people say, well, I don't like it's hard work, and it's not hard work. It really isn't. It's a lot of easy work. That's what it is. It's a lot of easy work. Massive action is what you have to take. And if you're just going to baby step with it, that's what you're going to get, baby steps out of it. But the power of one is a great point you just asked about, because for the simple fact is people think that you have to do this all by yourself. And this is in any business, but with your Shop Freemart business, all you do in the power of one, and just remember the power of one, just what it is, one. Find one person who thinks like you, who wants more out of life, who maybe want a healthier life, who just maybe just want to bless others. One person, and teach them to do the same thing. In other words, like you say, in a nutshell, and like you say in Cliff Notes bullet points, you find one person, and I'm applying this to Shop Freemart, who purchases a product once a month, and you teach them to do the same. Now, let me say that again. You find one person, not 100. You find one person who purchases a product once a month, and you teach them to do the same, to go out and find one person. And see, just a few quick numbers. If you do this if you do this over a course of 12 months, and let me see if I got my notes here. Yeah, if you do this over a course of 12 months, teaching one person to get another person, at the end of your 12 months, you will have 4,095 members in your network marketing business your first year. Now imagine 4,000 people purchasing one product every month within your organization. That's how powerful it is. And guess what? You only taught one to get one to do the same thing. And so, if you do that, and CJ, people say, even in a perfect world, that's what you have. So what if it didn't work perfectly for you?
Right.
So what if you only got 50% of that? Because if you, with those people in your organization, that would be $1,000 a month of product being purchased throughout your organization, and over a year's time, that'd be like I believe it's $1 million in sales, $1 million in sales from your organization. And guess what? You only taught one person. They only 50% of that work, and you only get $500,000 worth of sales. Don't you think John Austin be calling you, asking you, what are you doing? Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And that's it. And all it takes is time, focus, commitment, and consistency. Because once you teach that one, CJ, and that person teaches that one, and that person teaches that one, like I said, at the end of 12 months, you'll have 4,095 people in your organization purchasing one product. And that's all you have to do.
Wow, that is awesome. Hey, can you make me a promise? Darnell, can you promise me something?
Absolutely.
Will you be willing to come back on this show? Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is Healthy, Wealthy, and Wise. We meet here every Tuesday to share the love of Shop Freemart, and this summer we are promoting our Leaders to Legends group that are doing phenomenal things and making changes in their personal lives, but they're not keeping it to themselves. They're going out and sharing and helping and lifting up others to do the same thing, and that's what we're all about. But Donnell, will you be willing to come back on the show and do a complete training on how that works and what the intricacies and the step-by-step process to really work this power of one program that you have developed and have shared with? I don't know if you personally developed it, but I know you've tweaked it and you've made it very comfortable to use and simple to use. Will you be willing to come back on the show another day and share this with our audience?
Absolutely, CJ, and it would actually be my pleasure because, like I said, we're here to share the love, and this can be applied to, even if you're not in Shop Freemart, it can apply to any network marketing business you may be doing. And it's okay, to take this and run with it because, like I said, we're here to bless others. Right.
Wow. Thank you so much. Mike, you know what? Every week, Donnell, I come into this problem where I look up at the clock and I say, man, it's 9:55 already, and I know we have about maybe 3 or 4 minutes left because we have to end right at 10 today. But I am so happy you made the decision and said yes when I asked you to be one of our guests today and to have this interview. I'm sure you have blessed others. You have certainly blessed me. I am so impressed with what you are doing, especially taking the time to give back and to help your mother. And I know mothers are special. Oh, my goodness, I know that so well. And that just breaks my heart of what she's going through. But I know that she is in good hands, not just in your hands, but in God's hands. And I thank you for being that committed son who will go and bend over backwards and give your life to do whatever it is to be there for your mother. I'm sure individuals have heard who you truly are now. So when they hear the name or they see the name Darnell Curtis, now they know a little bit more about you. And that's really what I wanted to get accomplished today. That's what I want to accomplish every week during this summer as we build leaders to legends and expose what we are and what we do to the world. For people to know we are just regular people doing unbelievable things because of our passion. So we have a couple of minutes left, Darnell. I just want you to share something with the audience before I close out, something that maybe you wanted to say and didn't get to say. You want to expound upon something fresh to encourage people. Just give us a couple of minutes of words of wisdom, my friend.
Absolutely. First of all, I want to say, CJ, that people, actually, I get calls from people, and they ask me, how much is it to be a part of Leaders to Legends? Can you believe that? They ask me how much, that's because some of the knowledge that we're sharing, you have these gurus, which I hate that word, that's charging $3,400 for knowledge that, you can get with us for free. Because that's one thing I always wanted to get across. You don't have to pay those high prices for things when you got Sister Google and Brother Bing and all these people. You don't have to do that. And then you got the Leaders to Legends will help you as much as we can with knowledge and information without no cost. And all we ask you to do is just be committed to your Shop Free Mart business, because Leaders to Legends is all about Shop Free Mart. I just wanted to say that I might didn't get to say this earlier. We have some amazing products that if you have a wellness cabinet in your house, you need to stock your wellness cabinet with these products, CJ, because like I said, I don't come here to make these claims about healing or curing anything, but I will tell you this, that Leaders to Legends and Shop Free Mart and our products are for real, as for real as anything else that's out there. And I just want to close with that, CJ, and say I want to thank you for having me on the program, and I want to share the love with everybody and say God bless you all, and have a great day.
You heard it from him directly, ladies and gentlemen. We want to thank you for being a part of this show, Healthy, Wealthy, Wise. That was my good friend, Mr. Darnell Curtis, and he was our special guest today. And I hope you heard the whole broadcast. If you didn't, please go to YouTube and type in, search GMAP1.com/CJ and listen to this. Share it with your friends. Put it on your Facebook page. Do whatever you can to expose it and get it out there so people can know about what we're doing here. We're here every week at 9 a.m. Central Time, and we want to encourage you to support us, to give us your endorsement, so share it with your friends and family, because we have a mission that we want to really make a difference in the world. Help those that are disenfranchised, that are hopeless, or feeling hopeless. Let them know that with Shop Free Mart, with Leaders to Legends, there is hope, and we're the ones that are going to be passing it on. I want to thank our engineer, our owner, Mr. Kevin Strada, for doing all things that he does there in the studio to make it sound good and look good. And we're going to get back to the visual part next week. There's been some transitional things taking place, but hopefully the next week or two we'll be back to normal, where you'll be able to see my mug on the line and just be able to show you how passionate I am about what I do, because I truly am. And it's people like Darnell, people like the Leaders to Legend, all of them. I'm talking, if I start naming names, Joy, Beverly, Fry, all the different names. I'm going to miss some people else, but please, we have people in Barbados who are, consistently being a part of what we do. We want to thank you all for being a part of the show. We love you. We'll see you again next week with another Leaders to Legend interview, and we thank you. Have a great day. God bless you. Share the love. Bye-bye now. Thanks again, Darnell.
Absolutely. God bless.